Hello. Hi. It's been a long time since I've posted a YouTube video, but I have strong emotions that I need to share with the class, okay? I apologize in advance for the audio because I moved to Spain and I left my microphone at home. So I'm gonna try to fix that eventually, but not right now, because she's broke. She's broke. Anyways, listen, it's been a year, almost a year, since I posted this video about There Will Come a Darkness and As the Shadow Rises. And last night, / this morning, it's Halloween, this morning, I guess, at 2 a.m., I finished the last book in the series. And you may be wondering, what is the book? Okay, I'll show you. It's called you can't even freaking see that. You can't even see it. It's called Into the Dying Light by Katy Rose Pool. And let me just say, the cover is immaculate. Let's just talk about these covers really quick. This video is definitely gonna be shorter than the first one I posted. That was like almost an hour. She's insane. Anyways, let's take a moment. There Will Come a Darkness, the cover, beautiful, okay? The reason why I picked this book up, it was on Book Outlet, before Book Outlet was like not good to shop at or whatever. It was on Book Outlet at the beginning of the pandemic, and I thought the cover was pretty, and I liked that there was like 5 people on it. I thought it was cool, so I got it. And the second book, absolutely gorgeous, magnificent. Whoever's designing these covers, I love you. Third book, beautiful. This is the only one that I don't own. So the other 2 I own, they're at home. This one I tried to buy before I left to come to Spain, and I couldn't find it. So when I go home in like 8 months, I am buying this book, okay? Anyways, so I just want to say that, yeah, it has been a year since the last time I posted a video about this specifically. And it's gonna be a lot shorter, and I'm gonna try to be concise and whatever. There will be spoilers in this video, but not immediately, okay? So if you haven't read them, I'm about to tell you what they're about, okay? I'm about to tell you why I like them, okay? So this first part, for people who haven't read it, basically, There Will Come a Darkness follows 5 people, and they are all somehow related to the end of the world, okay? So we have one girl, she's an assassin, but she also be bringing people back from the dead. She brings her sister back from the dead. We follow her sister, who was formerly dead. We follow a gambler thief little boy. He's not a little boy, he's a teenager, but we follow a gambler thief little boy. We follow a prince that is, it says in the description that he's exiled. He's not exiled, I don't think. He's more like a refugee, but he's a prince. We follow this religious leader, basically. They're all teenagers, but he's like, whenever I describe the book to people, I'm like, he's basically a high priest, but like not, because it's not like, it's not a religion like that, but he's basically a high priest. But he is like the whole time basically being like, why am I following this religion? I feel like religion is the best way to explain it, really. It's not a religion, but the best way to explain it is a religion. Anyways, so it's called The Order, and he is the keeper of the word, so he's like the highest position in the order, okay? Anyways, so basically this book follows them, and it follows basically like the ending of the world. Jude, who is the high priest, the keeper of the word, is what's it called? He is looking, like the order is looking for the last prophet, and he's the one who has to care for the last prophet and protect them and like make sure they're okay or whatever. So basically the whole first book, looking for the last prophet. The world is actively ending, and you know, there are rebels like rising up against people who have powers. It's called the Graced, right? So the Graced have powers, and then people who aren't graced don't have powers. So it's basically like season 1 of Legend of Korra, where the non-benders were like, what the heck? So we haven't, what is his name? Iman from Legend of Korra. We have one of those. His name is the Hierophant. Hierophant. I don't know how to say that word. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, we have an Iman. We have a Korra, Last Prophet, right? We have the gang. So basically, the first book is like Legend of Korra, okay? Season 1. And then moving on, we find the Last Prophet. Everything goes horribly. Like, the characters in this book fail often. They fail often, and I love it, but I also hate it because it's sad. Anyways, so that happens. Like, they're basically like in the first book looking for the Last Prophet and like trying to save the world and like get rid of these rebels who are like basically like stealing people's grace from them, like burning their grace out of them, right? It's really tragic, very tragic. Okay. Anyways, so we get to that. We finally see the last prophecy, and the prophecy is tragic. It's a tragedy. It's so horrible. And the last prophet is like, what the hell? How are we going to do this? How in the world are we gonna live past this? So second book is like, again, them trying to save the world, and they do as they do. Third book, again, them trying to save the world. So basically the whole trilogy is them trying not to trigger the apocalypse and failing often. So anyways, that wasn't a great way to explain this book. I'm sure a lot of people could explain it way better than me. But the reason why I like this book so much, these books so much, is because, okay, the first book I didn't like that much, honestly. I kept reading because I liked the idea that there was going to be a side plot romance. And side plot romance gets me through fantasy books. I'm not gonna lie. So I saw an inkling of side plot romance in the first book, and I was like, I'm gonna read the second one. And then the side plot romance got even better, and I was like, what the frick? And the plot got better, and the characters got better. And then I read the third book, and it's the best one in the whole series. It's the best one in the whole series. Like, debate your mother, it's the best one, okay? So basically, I can't say that I didn't like the first book or the second book because I filmed a whole hour-long video about it and I posted it on YouTube. So obviously I liked it. But they weren't my favorite. Like, I was just like, okay. But I reread both of them in order to prepare to read this third one. And I was blown away, truly. I was like, this man, Jude, he is deconstructing actively, and I feel that in my soul, just like I did last year when I read it. And it was just so good. It was so good. And I read the third one, and I was like, this is amazing. 5-star read. I am blown away. Okay, so the reasons why I liked it. 1, the characters are so human. The characters are so human. Also, I didn't take any notes for this, so I'm just like, this is just off the dome, straight off the dome. Anyways, the characters are so human. Like I said, they fail often. They make mistakes. They are selfish. Oh my gosh, they are selfish. They're like kind of horrible people sometimes, but they do redeem themselves. They do develop. The characters develop so well in the third book. Like, everything in the second book that pissed me off, that I talked about in the last video, everything that pissed me off there with the characters was resolved in these books. I was like, these characters are developing. Miss Katy Rose Pool saw the flaws in her characters and had them develop. I just need a moment. Who is doing it? Who is doing it like her? Who is doing it like her? Anyways, yeah, the characters are so incredibly human. And now that I'm done with the book, I'm like, how am I gonna go on? These people, they're like my friends. I'm invested in their story. I want to know what happens after. And I'm expected to just live on without them. I'm a real person and they're not. I'm supposed to just live on without them? That doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, anyways, the characters are really human. They're so well written. A lot of people compare it to Six of Crows, and I guess not really to me. It doesn't really give me Six of Crows, because in Six of Crows, the characters are together almost all the time. Like, for most of the book, they're together, like, doing things together. In these books, they're not, they're, like, almost never together at the same time. And except in the third book, they were, and that was really good, because in the first two books, they're, like, never together. They barely know each other. They might meet here and there, like, they know each other as acquaintances. Third book, they're, like, actually friends. It's such a good found family. That's another reason why. It's such a good found family trope, because they literally like didn't know each other at all, and they, in the third book, they are together, all of them, for the first time, and they just like, it's just so good. Like the dialogue was well written, the way that they felt about each other didn't feel like a all of a sudden their family. It was like, I kind of hate you, but we're in this together type of thing. So good. Found family trope, amazing. I also enjoyed that, like, a lot of the book, like, the book takes place probably over, like, it's, the three books take place probably, I would say probably, like, I don't even know, 6 to 8 months or something? I have no idea. I don't know, because the author does not waste time with, like, stupid stuff. You know, some authors be like, it's gonna take us a month to get to this place, and then they detail every day of the whole month. Why? I really enjoyed that Miss Katy Rose Pool did not do that, because I would have been pissed. She only detailed the parts of their journeys that were, like, actually important, and she'd be like, 4 weeks have passed. I'm like, thank God. Thank God. Because I can't do that. So yeah, it was well paced, well written. The world building, the world building is so good. Like, I didn't realize how good it was until I finished the book, and I was like, I was actually, like, lost in that world, you know? World building, fantastic. Yeah, the thing is, I think the only, like, really big downfall that I would say is that you have to, like, the books are good and they get better as time goes. Like, as 1 is the worst one, 2 is better, 3 is the best one, to me personally. They get a lot better as time goes, but I don't really like when people are like, you have to read the first 2 books to really enjoy it. Like, I should enjoy it from the beginning, you know? And I did enough, but yeah, that's the only, like, qualm I have about this series, this trilogy, is that, like, it should be able to be enjoyed from the beginning, you know? So, yeah, it's like the first 2 books are basically prologue, and the third book is, like, the story, to me. So, you know, take from that what you will. I still think you should read it, and, like, you'll probably like it. Honestly. But anyways, yeah, so that's that on what I liked about it and stuff. The covers are beautiful. I am going to be judging books by their covers for the rest of time, because I picked well with this one. And I think also I like it so much because I picked it on my own. Nobody recommended this to me. I just, like, found it and I was like, that sounds cool. I bought it, I read it, and it's, like, mine, you know? I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I feel. So yeah, I just love these books. I love these characters. I love the story. I am so happy with how it ended. The ending was very neat, and a lot of times that does bother people, and sometimes it bothers me when the ending is, like, super neat. But it wasn't, like, super neat. Like, I read Caraval. That ending was so neat, and I was like, this is boring. it wasn't super duper neat, but it was like a pretty neat ending, you know. Anyways, so yeah, like I said, I didn't write any notes on this, so that's basically what I liked about the book. And I love character-driven stories, and this is very much character-driven. There is a very good plot as well, but I read it for the characters. So take from that what you will. Once again, you should read it. Read it, please. This is my second video I've made about this trilogy. If that tells you nothing else, it tells you that you should read this book. Anyways, moving on. So spoilery stuff. So people who have read all 3 books, I will say that we all know this. Nobody on here follows me on Goodreads, but you should, okay? I do now write reviews. I don't just leave ratings. I do write reviews sometimes. But anyways, Jude and Anton have my entire heart. I love them. In the 3rd book, when they got married, I actually sobbed. I'll say it. I sobbed. I like seriously thought Jude was gonna die. Like I didn't see any other way for this to work besides him dying. I really thought he was gonna die. And then Anton obviously did too. And I was like, he's gonna be so devastated. Like I don't know if he can live without Jude, honestly. And he brought him to the room and they got married, and it just hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. I just like, it was wow. Wow. And then at the end when they like had their little cottage and Anton was growing carrots. Oh, Anton was growing carrots. They had a garden. Oh my God, beautiful. I love them so much, and I'm so happy that they got their happy ending. Like, I cannot express enough how upset I would have been if either of them died. I would have been inconsolable. I would not have been able to be consoled, okay? Yeah, it was, oh my God, I love them together. I really, Jude and Hector's relationship, like, has gone through so much turmoil, and it hurt me a lot when Hector died, and Jude was like, that was my best friend. Like, oh my gosh, so good. What else? I love that Ephira and Ilya didn't really like technically end up together. I like that. I like that Ephira was like, I need to do this on my own, because for the last 7 years I have been grieving for 7 years because I didn't want to let my sister go. And I love that she realized that it was selfish of her to like keep Beirut alive, because Beirut didn't want to be alive. Like, it's not that Beirut didn't want to be alive, it's that Beirut was like, this is like taking, like, this is wrong. I should be dead and I need you to stop. I want you to let go of me. And Ephira was like, no, I can't. And finally she was like, I should have let her go. And I was like, oh, that was so good. That was so good. Like, that was such good character development, and it made me love Ephira so much. So much. Like, I couldn't stand her in the 2nd book because I was like, why are you doing all this? But she, yeah, and it was like so good that Ephira was the one to like destroy the god inside of Beirut. Instead, like, Hector was like, I'll do it, but Ephira ended up doing it, and I thought that was amazing. Like, it was like she started and ended it. Oh, beautiful. What else? Hassan? Oh, I hated Hassan in the 2nd book. And honestly, when I reread the 2nd book, I was like, why did I hate him so much? I don't know why I hated him so much. Because honestly, he's not that bad. Like, I understood his feelings the 2nd time I read it. But I think it was just because he was like, I'm a prince. I'm a prince and I believe in the monarchy. I think that's the thing that annoyed me about him. But in this book, when he was like, I will be a king for a year and in that year we will figure out a new way to run this country. I was like, that's my boy, King Hassan. That is my boy. Yeah, I love that. I love that. It was so good. So good. So yeah, I really like that. Who else? Beirut, poor thing. Really, she was fighting for her life inside of her own body. That's really tragic. It's really tragic. Who else was there? Jude, Anton, Beirut, Afira, Hassan. That's basically it. But I just loved the way that their stories progressed together and also separately. And they were such well-written and human characters. They were so human, and it's making me so sad that like their story's over and there's nothing more to read, and I'm here living on without my besties. What the heck? Yeah, so basically I love them. I love these books so much, and they mean a lot to me. And I gave Into the Dying Light 5 stars. I think I already said that, but I did. And yeah, so good. It was so good. They all like faced their most inner selves, I guess. Like Anton with his trauma, Efir with her grief, Hassan with like his whole like, I deceived so many people, I don't deserve to be king, I don't deserve this, I don't deserve that. He faced his insecurities, there we go. Jude with like the order and like going against the grain and like not being what everyone expects him to be, and like allowing himself to want things and to love and to like be a human. Wonderful story arc. A beautiful story arc. Yeah, who did I say all of them? I don't know. Anton, Afira, Hassan. Oh, Beirut. Beirut was just kind of like a vessel at the end of the day, but she was cool. I liked her. But yeah, these books are so good, and I already want to reread them, but I'm like, stop, you need to stop, you're getting obsessed. I've been trying to read fan fiction, but it's kind of like ripping my heart out. So yeah, Miss Katy Rose Pool, if you see this, I love you, but why would you do this to me? Why would you do this to me? I can't believe that. You have me out here simping. I love Jude so much. Like, I thank you for writing a character that will literally stay with me for the rest of my life. The rest of my life. Like, thank you so much for that, Miss Katy Rose Pool. Also, I need to meet you so we can chat about this in person. I need to chat with you about this because what the hell? I can't do it. Anyways, I also hate whoever designed these covers, because you got me into a deep fan experience just by the freaking cover. This is all your fault. Whoever designed this cover, I'm gonna look it up one day. And also, I hate that they put Hearts Will Shatter on the cover. Why would you do that? Why would you let me walk in knowing that my heart was gonna shatter? And then my heart shattered. I'm literally tearing up right now. Like, why? What is the point? What was the reason? I don't get it. Anyways, so yeah. I'm just rambling at this point, but I have been deeply affected by this book, this trilogy. It's so good, and I 100% recommend it, and I think everyone should read it. Even if you don't like it, I will not be reading negative negative reviews. No negative criticism about this trilogy, unless it's from me, because myself last year was like, this book sucks. And look where I am now, freaking crying. I cried the entire part 4, and it took me 2 hours to read part 4, and I cried the whole time. She's a mess, ladies. She's a mess. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. It's half the length of the last one that I posted. Thank you for watching it. Subscribe or whatever. I might make a video about the books that I brought with me to Spain. I really hope that this trilogy does not put me in a reading slump, because I really feel like it will. But I'm choosing between 4 books. So first one is Boyfriend Material, which I've already started, but only like 3 pages in. Next one is the Atlas 6 that my friend recommended to me. And the next one is the Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. Just seems cute, and it feels like it won't emotionally wreck me. This one I feel like I will get attached to the characters. This one I feel like I will just, I don't think I'll get attached. I just think it'll be enjoyable, but I don't know if I want to read it right now. And then the last book I want to read is Love Hypothesis. Who knows if I'll actually read it right now, but yeah, anyways, those are my options. Anyways, I'll let you know what I read next, maybe. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Like, comment, subscribe, or whatever. I don't know what the frick I'm doing, because I don't even make videos that often anymore, but I'm gonna try. I live in Spain. I have to make videos, right? Anyways,